State-of-the-art industrial estate opens in Trinidad. Airport Authority experiencing challenges in recruiting new constables. Seventh-day Adventist pastor says more than divine intervention needed to solve crime, and a drier than normal dry season expected this year. Good evening, I'm Kristen Salandi. This is your Tobago Updates television news for Wednesday, 10th of January, 2024. To our top story this evening. In a momentous event that unfolded today, Trinidad and Tobago celebrated the official opening of the Phoenix Park Industrial Estate, ushering in a new era of economic vitality and international collaboration under the Belt and Road Initiative with China. More in this report from Trevicia Phillips.
In a historic event today, Trinidad and Tobago saw the opening of the Phoenix Park Industrial Estate, the most modern industrial park in the entire Caribbean region. This significant milestone is attributed to China's Belt and Road Initiative, solidifying the creation of a new economic powerhouse in the country. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley emphasized the importance of investing in transformative social and economic infrastructure for future generations.
As already mentioned, the Phoenix Park Industrial Estate is a symbol of the strong and blossoming relationship between the governments of Trinidad and Tobago and the People's Republic of China, a relationship that dates back to the very early days of our independence.
Imtiaz Ahmad, chairman of ETEC, expressed his pride and honor at the inauguration.
It is with a great sense of pride and honor I welcome you to the opening of ETEC's Phoenix Park Industrial Estate. Today can be marked as a game changer in the landscape of the country's development and diversification efforts.
His Excellency Fang Shu, the Ambassador Extraordinary of the People's Republic of China, emphasized that the opening of the estate signifies a promising future for Trinidad and Tobago.
The opening of the PPIE marks a promising future for this country's economic growth and diversification, and provides a first-class economic space for manufacturing, logistics, distribution, and ICT, etc. The PPIE has become another milestone in the history of our bilateral relations, especially when China and Trinidad and Tobago.
Minister of Trade and Industry, Paula Gopi-Schoon, said this initiative signals that Trinidad and Tobago continues to position itself for business.
The opening of this world-class industrial estate will position Trinidad and Tobago as an attractive investment hub and a manufacturing base within the Americas. As a developing country, investment remains an important catalyst for achieving economic transformation and diversification. And looking at our recent figures in 2023, we had closed 30 investments valued at approximately 1.7 billion TT dollars and generating close to 2,000 jobs.
As the Phoenix Park Industrial Estate stands as a beacon of economic progress, the collaboration between Trinidad and Tobago and the People's Republic of China continues to shape a promising future. With a commitment to lasting partnerships and transformative infrastructure, this industrial milestone is not just a symbol of contemporary success, but a foundation for generations to come. Trevicia Phillips, Tobago Updates Television News.
The decriminalization of marijuana and the growing acceptance of its personal use are posing challenges for individuals wishing to be employed as constables with the Trinidad and Tobago Airport Authority, especially in Tobago. This was revealed at the 17th meeting of Parliament's Public Accounts Committee into the Airport Authority. They also addressed the introduction of new airlift at both Piarco and A.N.R. Robinson International Airports. Reporter Candice Jackson has the details.
Two Airport Authority estate constables from Tobago were charged in 2021 for trafficking marijuana and possession of firearms. This led to questions about the screening of officers employed by the Airport Authority when it appeared before the Public Accounts Committee. General Manager Hayden Newton noted that the recruitment of new officers is ongoing to fill vacant positions, but they are encountering a problem of a high failure rate for prospective candidates.
One of the challenges that in Trinidad and Tobago that has happened is with respect of the decriminalization to an extent of marijuana.
Since its decriminalization in December 2019, its use has become accepted on a personal level in the public, but it is not accepted by the Airports Authority.
To get into the Airports Authority, it's a zero tolerance with respect to that, given our environment. And we have had to weed out a lot of people who otherwise would have been a good fit. And even in terms of the questioning, you pick it up in terms of the polygraph.
In Tobago, approximately 10 candidates are undergoing on-the-job training before they can be accepted into the service. In the meantime, Newton assures that they are ramping up testing for constables already employed. While facing the Public Accounts Committee, the Airports Authority also addressed the question of new airlift. Currently, there are only 10 international carriers that fly to either Piarco or Anna Robinson International Airports. Newton explained that attracting a new carrier is not easy.
There's a gestation period between a significant gestation period between when you talk to an airline and they actually come in. KLM, for instance, we talked to KLM for more than 5 to 7 years before they actually made the decision in terms of coming in.
However, Hayden pointed out that a collaborative approach with stakeholders in both Tobago and Trinidad, along with the Airports Authority, is resulted in some headway for additional airlift.
That within recent time, the engagement with the tourism agency in Tobago, the engagement with Tourism Trinidad Limited, the engagement with the Ministry of Tourism has significantly improved, and I think we will start to see the efforts of being borne out in terms of that.
He is confident that soon additional airlifts from the United Kingdom and Scandinavia will be secured for both airports. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates Television News.
There is an old adage that, quote, prayer without works is dead, end quote. In light of Police Commissioner Erla Christopher's recent call for divine intervention to help with the crime situation in Trinidad and Tobago, political activist and Seventh-day Adventist Pastor Clive Dottin said, prayer is not enough to turn the situation around. Instead, he said, firm action is needed. A former Canadian federal government executive agrees. More in this report from Candice Jackson.
Police Commissioner Erla Christopher called for the nation to pray for divine intervention as violent crime increases. Seventh-day Adventist Pastor Clive Dottin welcomes the notion.
But divine intervention comes with a commitment to righteousness. You have to have a commitment to doing what is right. And by the way, God expects us to work hard and work smart.
Pastor Dutton accused the government of not being honest with themselves or the public about what is fueling the recent crime wave. He believes there is a direct correlation between gang activity and the drug trade in the Caribbean. He labeled it the Caribbean Alliance of Drug Dealers.
And Tobago falls right smack in that because for a number of reasons, you're heavy on tourism. That's number one. Okay? That is heavy. Number two, you're a small island.
Some of the recent shootings and killings occurring in Tobago are suspected to be gang-related. While the police continue to investigate those cases, Pastor Dutton pointed out that a societal change in the family dynamic is driving more young people into gang activity and the drug trade.
Tobago had family life as its strength, as its pillar, if you please, fundamental issue. You have a breaking in the family in Tobago now as postmodernism creeps in, if you please.
He called for fathers to be held responsible, citizens to volunteer their time mentoring students at school, and for communities to be adopted by positive, influential people. Meanwhile, Joanne John, who is currently hosting a petition for people to take a stance against crime, has a few thoughts of her own. She is a retired Canadian federal government executive with experience in criminal policy and border control. John called for decisive action, such as an amnesty for illegal firearms.
Where the government gives all of the gunmen a period of time to turn in all the guns. They don't do it, raids. They don't do it, immediate arrest.
John admitted that it might be time for the government to consider a temporary infringement on the rights of citizens.
I'm not the kind of person who normally advocates for suspending people's rights, but when you have to do that in order to make something change, then that's the time that you might have to do it. But you have to have the courage to do it. And our elected officials don't have the courage. They're stonewalled. They don't have the power. They've given away that power somehow.
Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates Television News.
Coming up next, the TTPS begins its recruitment of officers for the new year. The details when we return.
Yo everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Tobago, local road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free quotation done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guarantee, as we are matching or beating any quotations.
As you come in. Long time I see you, Joe. This station complete. Ready for children party. Mommy! Jay, you can't go nowhere with these children. And you know you can't depend on Kevin neither Steven to see about them. Yeah. Total waste. So I supposed to stay home whole time? Jada is 12. She could see about that. You just leave Jada to see about Kia and Kayla. I thought it was your mother or your sister. Who? Them always busy. Jada could handle that. She cooking and cleaning a long time. And the next two, better know what time it is. It's only me, you know. I will talk to my mother. She just home these days. She will make sure the children okay. Alright. Let me see the moves for later.
Before you ramage, make sure the children okay. Call 996 to report all child abuse now. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
Your destiny. The best way to predict it is to create it. Do you see yourself exploring exotic destinations or spending quality time with family? However you see yourself, create your own retirement destiny with Tata Life's Destiny Personal Savings Booster. Choose from one of 3 investment options with guaranteed minimum investment returns to secure a monthly retirement income for life, with the option to choose your retirement age. So what's your retirement destiny? Call 62TATIL or visit tatil.co.tt to learn more today. Conditions apply. Tatil Life, a member of the Answer Makal Group.
Thanks for staying with us. It seems as though divine intervention is just one of the strategies being undertaken by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to help with the crime situation in the country. Another strategy is increased manpower, as over 150 recruits are being trained to enter the service. The orientation session took place recently at the Police Academy in St. James.
During the national budget presentations last year, the Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines, shared that the number of police recruits would be increased for the year 2024, a strategy to help fight crime. As such, the TTPS welcomed its first batch of recruits for 2024 last Friday. Senior Superintendent at the Police Academy, Natasha George, expressed that it was an honor to stand before those who responded to the clarion call of being guardians of safety, justice, and integrity in Trinidad and Tobago.
It is evident from your decision to enter law enforcement that you are committed to serve the public, protecting others, and rising to the difficulties that come with defending the security and welfare of our fellow citizens.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Administrative, Junior Benjamin, said the TTPS needs officers to make a difference, explaining that it was what the recruits are here for.
A difference in the society. We want you to make a difference in the police service. Don't think for 1 minute that, hello, I am too small of an individual. When I sat where you were I did not believe for 1 second that I could even rise to the top because I was 29 years old and it was nearly impossible to see myself passing sergeant. If I can retire at sergeant or inspector, I was lucky. But
he said that even though they might have shortcomings, they can still accomplish their purpose because fulfilling their purpose is what they were born to do. The recruit's 6-month training period officially began on Monday, 8th January 2024. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
2 men were held in Aranguez for possession of the drug ecstasy. The 2 men, ages 22 and 24, will be charged with the possession of drugs. The police of the Northern Division Task Force were told that men driving a silver Nissan Tiida were transporting ecstasy. 5 plastic bottles containing ecstasy were found. When we return, we'll tell you what to expect of this year's dry season. Stay close.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Car Clinic, located right here in Tobago at Tobago Local Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and low, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and low. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Do more, live more.
Welcome back. Trinidad and Tobago's dry season has officially begun, and it's going to be a hot one. Yes, hotter than last year's season. According to the Trinidad and Tobago Meteorological Service, this year's dry season will cause serious impacts. A reduction in groundwater recharge and surface and vegetable dryness are among the challenges expected to occur. Here is more.
Other areas that will be impacted by the dry season are surface water flows, rain-fed availability, and the potential of increased bush and landfill fires. However, the Met Office noted that the latter part of the season is expected to be wetter than normal. There will also be an increased probability of the occurrence of the Sahara dust haze events. The Met Office also informed that the dry season is not expected to be devoid of rainfall. They advised the public to conserve, store, and sustainably manage water, while also warning that they should desist from burning rubbish in grassy or forested areas during the season. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Now to some news affecting media workers in the neighboring country of Grenada. Media workers in Grenada have decided not to cover state events until they receive an apology from the government of Grenada after they were barred from covering the recent swearing-in of new cabinet ministers. The Association of Caribbean Media Workers stated that it supports the actions of the Media Association of Grenada in boycotting state events until a full apology is issued, along with an open media policy which would guide the relationship between the government and the media. We'll go for a short break and come back with more.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Ooh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material. Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive collection, now exclusively available at Standard.
Thanks for staying with us. As Tobago bands get ready for Panorama 2024 Small Conventional Finals in Trinidad, Tobago Updates delves into the personal stories of each ensemble, beginning with the spotlight on All Boys Steel Orchestra. Travicia Phillips has the first part of this series called Rhythmic Odyssey.
4 Tobago steel bands will compete in the Small Conventional Band Finals on Friday, 12th January. Tobago Updates is taking a closer look at each band's unique history. Stepping into the spotlight first is Our Boys Steel Orchestra. In an exclusive interview with Marlon White, the arranger for Our Boys Steel Orchestra, he shed light on the band's tune of choice for this year's competition, Say Say by Baron.
The reason why I did this song is, as I said, in 2016, I would have arranged a single band. I still arrange the single band, Massacre and Steel Orchestra, and back in 2016 we would have won with this song, and that's my first Panorama. So I said, well, let me bring back the song to see if I can get my first Panorama in the Small Conventional.
Although they started rehearsals in August of 2023, White reflected on the challenges faced.
We struggled because of players. Players play with a lot of bands throughout the season, both in Tobago and in Trinidad. So to get all players, full players at the same time on one given night has been a struggle.
He expressed confidence that his band would emerge winners of the competition.
I'm always confident that I will win the competition. Anytime you enter a competition is to win. If you don't believe that you could win, then you shouldn't compete in a competition.
Our Boys is the last band to play in the competition, and he shared how he feels about that.
We're ending the show. Good number to be, good place to be, to end the show. So we're trying to end the show with a grand finale.
As Our Boys Steel Orchestra takes center stage, the anticipation builds for a captivating performance at the Panorama 2024 Small Conventional Band Finals. Travicia Phillips, Tobago Updates Television News.
As we continue our coverage in the lead-up to the National Carnival in February, we highlight last night's I Love Soca series, which featured top soca artists Voice and Adana. Barcode was jam-packed as many patrons came out to support the weekly event. Of course, our reporter Tanika Cruikshank was there, and she brings us some highlights.
Adana has been performing at the I Love Soca series since its inception and remarked that it is always a joy to perform at events that help her musical career grow.
It's always a pleasure to be invited back again, so that means that I'm doing something good. And I'm excited for Carnival, the National Carnival, after our Tobago Carnival. I'm excited to see how it manifests and how it grows and the anticipation.
She noted in addition to her supporters, her 2 daughters keep her going as she must teach them that giving up is never an option, no matter how difficult things get.
Well, you know, I do have one release out. I'm working on doing some marketing, doing some visuals. So hopefully after all that is done, you may see me somewhere or everywhere. We never know.
Aaron St. Louis, also known as Voice, stated although this was his first performance in Tobago for the year, it would not be his last. He added that it is always an enjoyable experience when he performs here. Tanika Cruikshank, Tobago Updates Television News.
State-owned Caribbean Airlines still owes the Airport Authority of Trinidad and Tobago about $30 million even after more than $200 million in debt was wiped off. Speaking before the Public Accounts Committee in Parliament today, senior AATT officials confirmed that the Cabinet has decided to write off the $205 million debt accrued between 2007 and 2019. Regarding debt repayment, the AATT reported that within the last several months, their relationship with CAL has improved. Now for the weather update from the TNT Met office. Tonight's weather forecast anticipates a generally clear and cool night with a gentle breeze. There is a low chance of the odd isolated shower, and temperatures are expected to dip to 25 degrees Celsius. Looking ahead to tomorrow, The weather is forecasted to be generally hot and sunny in most areas, with 1 or 2 isolated showers possible in a few regions. The night is expected to be mostly clear and cool. Temperatures will rise to 32 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 36 degrees. Seas are moderately rough and may occasionally become choppy due to the combined effect of wind waves and spring tides. Waves are reaching up to 2.3 meters in open waters and less than 1.3 meters in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 6:25 a.m. and sunset is at 5:56 p.m. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Let's recap the headlines. State-of-the-art industrial estate opens in Trinidad. Airport Authority experiencing challenges in recruiting new constables. Seventh-day Adventist pastor says more than divine intervention needed to solve crime. And a drier than normal dry season expected this year. I'm Kristen Solandi. From all of us at Tobago Updates, have a good night.